Hey, what's going on? So we have Katie here, and we've been working for a few months now. And she came to me really wanted to really do a body transformation. She had lost a lot of weight. She's done a lot of dieting and had a lot of experience with that, but she kind of wanted to take that next step, and that's really what she felt was missing. She had some good knowledge, but how does she actually transform to just losing weight to actually changing her body and really being more toned? So that's why I want to bring her on here and tell her a little bit about her story, her working with me, and kind of where she's at right now. So Katie, if you don't mind, we were just chatting, you made really good progress. I guess if you could, before we started, what were you struggling with the most?
I think motivation was probably like my biggest obstacle. Especially with the gyms being closed, and I'm not even gonna lie, when the gyms were open, I had no idea what I was doing in there. I was super self-conscious. When you have no idea what your game plan is, you just kind of wander around and maybe work out on each machine for a second.
It feels
But
like everyone's staring at you when no one is, right? Doesn't it?
no one's
Yeah.
staring. No one cares what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're worried about what they're doing.
Yeah.
But when you really don't have a game plan, or you really don't understand what you should be doing, it makes you that much more self-conscious. And we really started this whole process right at the beginning of quarantine, when nothing was open, and I had lost about 40 pounds on my own, but I needed to figure out how to work out at home, what I needed to do for my body, what I needed to work on specifically for myself.
Yeah.
And that was probably the biggest obstacle for myself. And I didn't realize how bad my nutrition really was, even on my own.
Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest thing for me. And just having somebody who's holding me accountable, even if it's just in namesake alone. When I know somebody else is going to be watching what I'm doing, I'm that much more likely to just do it.
For sure. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I love that. It's hard for you, especially like losing weight, and you can attest to this. The formula is kind of easy. You probably eat a little less and you just exercise, do something. But where you were at, it was really where the exercise piece was super important, because you had to transform your body a little bit. And then at the same time, your nutrition, and this happens to a lot of people, oh, I just have to eat healthier. They don't really know what that means until they start actually having a plan and actually seeing what they're eating. And then they're like, oh, wait, I'm not even close to probably what I should be doing. So having that structure for both of those things really helped you going forward. So that's awesome. I guess, kind of getting that structure, the motivation, the accountability, what type of results have you gotten because of that?
I mean, I feel like I've toned up quite a bit. I feel like, and to me, it's not just about the body transformation, which is huge and it's so important. But what a lot of people don't understand is I was at already a very critical point in my life when we started this journey. I had just completely quit drinking. I had just changed a lot of different aspects of my life, and I was kind of at a standstill. So having that structure and having that motivation and just having that accountability really kind of took me to the next level. And I'm loving the differences in my body. I'm loving just the differences in my energy. And I just love starting my day off in that way. And I think for me, even when I used to go to the gym, it was always after work, which my energy level was already like gone from work. So just starting it at the beginning of the day makes such a huge difference that I had never really even thought about before.
Yeah, that's awesome, first of all. And that's a big thing, like having control of your life or having confidence. Like a big piece that I found is like when you have something and it's even just working out and you're like, I'm going to go do it. And then you do it. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it is. Like that's where you really start building confidence, because you set out to do something. And it's nice to get it done and out of the way too, let's be honest. So you don't have to do it after work when you're tired. But to your point, you absolutely just like blew me out of the water by saying like, the body transformation is not the most important thing. And that's honestly why you've been successful. And that's why, my clients that are similar to you have been successful, because they understand that it's not just about the results, right? It's really about making the lifestyle change that we always hear. And you kind of knew that even when we started. I think a part of it is experience for you, because I know, and we touched on this, and if someone's watching this and they want to lose like 50 pounds, you've lost 40 pounds, and then you've probably been like, I'm going to feel a certain way. And you can say, tell me. And you probably got there and you're like, no, I don't feel maybe the way that you thought you would. Or you know that if you stop doing and striving towards what you were doing, then you're just going to fall back into what you were doing before. Is that kind of right? Or?
Kind of. I mean, I felt great.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I had lost weight and I felt great. But for me, that's almost a hindrance. Like, okay, if I feel this great now, how will I feel great? How much better will I feel when I hit the next goal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, it kind of is the opposite. Like, I feel so good. I just want to keep going. What else can I do?
What else? You don't even know how good you could feel. Yeah.
Exactly. So if I feel so great being down 40 pounds, how great will I feel when I'm down 10 more, but I put on 10 pounds in muscle?
Yeah.
You know, like
winner. It's always because you always want more. That's awesome. Cool. So yeah, no, I mean, that's amazing. That's another reason why you're made such good progress. Because like you said,
well, I owe so much of it to you though, because really what people need to know about your program is it's deceptively easy. That people don't understand. I looked at it and I'm like, this is 20 minutes of working out a day. How is, you know, you see people going to the gym for 2 hours a day. And I honestly feel like doing it for 20 minutes or a half an hour every day, as opposed to 2 hours 3 times a week. I feel like who doesn't have 20 minutes at some point in their day? It's such a small thing, but who doesn't have a half an hour to where they're going to be sitting down and watching TV, or where it's a half an hour. Even if it's right before bed, it makes such a huge difference. And I don't think that people truly understand that you can make huge strides by just dedicating a portion of time that you would have watched a TV show.
Yeah, that's it for sure.
That's it.
Be consistent and know that it's going to take a little bit of time. And you can't, that's really like, if we get really nitty gritty, that's why people work out for 2 hours a day, because they want to get in shape tomorrow. Where it's going to take months, guys, but we can look back. Who was I just talking to? Tony, who lost 50 pounds in 6 months. He goes, it's been 6 months. He's like, it's going to go fast. So why not do something that is going to work?
Well, and how hard is it to keep up that momentum of 2 hours a day in the gym? That's so difficult. Yeah. But you build up this time where you've got 20 to 40 minutes. That's so much easier to achieve every single day. So to me, I'm looking at longevity rather than immediate.
Yep. Yeah.
I could get that immediate, transformation in a month if I'm doing it for 2 hours every single day. But how hard is that going to be to maintain when something else comes up?
Yeah, you can.
But if you make it 30 to 40 minutes every single day, it's so much easier to build that just into your daily routine.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree. So tell someone's out there, they're struggling, whether they want to lose 40 pounds like you did, or if they want to change their body really, what's maybe a couple pieces of advice you'd give them? I know it's a lot.
No, because it's so easy to want it, but it feels so good to actually do it, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy to sit there and rationalize what you want and how you're going to do it. But if you just actually put it in place and just start doing it, you feel so much better every single day. And every day you want to achieve more. So your imagination's never to come close to what you can actually achieve. You take it out of your imagination and just start practicing it. Put it into your daily life and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I don't think anybody's ever really regretted trying.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who have regretted not trying.
Sweet. So do it, guys. That's what you say.
Do it, if you don't like it, don't do it.
Pick a plan, stick with it. I would probably say for a little bit, at least. A week, a couple weeks probably ain't going to cut it, guys, but probably at least a month. And if you don't like it, or if it's not getting where you want to go, contact someone that knows what they're talking about.